Hi, I just wanted to talk to you today about the state that is called overwhelm. Overwhelm is something that I think we all experience at one time or another, some of us more often than others. And it's really a product, I guess, of our modern day living. We live such busy lives. We've always got so many things to be doing, so many plates spinning in the air at one time. So when we're juggling lots of things all at the same time, then it's very easy to feel swamped and overwhelmed, like we're just barely able to keep our heads above water. If this sounds familiar to you, then I'm going to be giving you some helpful information today on how to deal with that. My name is Janice Tucker and I'm a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine and medical Qigong. I'm also the founder of the Space to Relax online program of Qigong video lessons. If you're watching this video on YouTube, just before we get started, maybe head over there and hit the red subscribe button so you can sign up and receive any future videos that I'll be producing. Usually I bring them out every 2 weeks to a month, so you can get those future videos sent directly to your email if you sign up and subscribe to YouTube. So firstly, what exactly is overwhelm? I think we all kind of use that word quite a lot, but we're not necessarily exactly sure of what it is, and I think it's a little bit different for everybody. But generally what it's defined as is the fear, an actual feeling of fear that you can't get everything done. And the result of that could be that you feel stuck, like you're not moving forward, like you're not achieving anything. You might feel anxious, you might feel paralysed, unmotivated. You might also feel exhausted because you're so busy thinking about everything you've got to get done, but you're so overwhelmed you don't know which thing to do next. So there are many different results that come about as a result of feeling that fear and feeling that overwhelm. So what I'm going to show you now are 3 ways in which you can minimise that. So firstly, as much as you can, get present. So that means keep your mind in the present. Often with overwhelm, it's an anxiety or a fear about something in the future that you're not going to be able to get done. So if you can stay in the present moment and just focus on those things in the present that you want to get done, then that will really help to diminish the feelings of overwhelm. And a way in which you can start to bring that about and getting more present, because it's not easy and it takes a little bit of practice, is to develop a daily routine of either Qigong or meditation, of something which is going to bring you into the present and calm your mind. So when we practice Qigong, we're very much in the present. We're working with our Qi, we're focusing on our breathing. So we're not generally thinking about future things which we have to do and worrying about stuff that we have to do later on in the day. And the same goes for any kind of meditative practice as well. The other thing that you can do are other activities which really make you be in the present. So one thing that I do is surfing, and when I'm surfing, I cannot be thinking about anything else, otherwise I end up falling off the board and under the water and probably getting hit in the head with my surfboard. So I have to stay really present and focused and concentrated on that activity. Other things like mountain biking and down hills where you're on really rough terrain and you've really got to concentrate on your balance, that will also keep you in the present. And for those of you who maybe are not so physically active, other activities, creative activities like painting or drawing, or pottery, or anything that you do with your hands where you're immersed in an activity like that, generally commands your full focus and concentration and keeps you in the present. And the more you practice these kinds of activities, the more that you'll find that the overwhelm just starts to diminish. It starts to fade away because everything you're doing, you're working with the present. You're staying in the present. And overwhelm is that fear that you won't be able to get stuff done in the future. So that's the first tip. Number 2 is start saying no. So this is not a Qigong method. This is a real practical way in which to cope with overwhelm. Often we kind of say yes to everything. People ask us to do things and we just immediately commit and say yes because we don't want to be seen as somebody who's not obliging or somebody who's not willing to help out. So what I want you to start to bring into your daily practice now is, rather than just say no outright, because that might seem a bit rude, what you could do is say to people when they ask you to do something is just say, oh, can I get back to you on that? Or just let me check my diary and I'll get back to you and let you know whether or not I can do that. So don't commit immediately before you even think about what else you've got going on. Just take a little bit of time and a little bit of space for yourself before you commit to something. And then if that thing that somebody's asked you to do, you can feasibly do it and you've got time to do it, then you get back to them and you say yes. But if you can't, you say no. And just be very conscious of energetically how much different tasks that people ask you to do are going to take from you. So if you think you'll have the energy for something, then do it if you think you'll enjoy it. But if you think you won't have the energy and it's going to leave you exhausted, then don't commit and just protect yourself. That will take lots and lots of pressure off you in terms of feeling overwhelmed. What you could also do is delegate stuff. So if you've got things that you either don't have to do immediately or that somebody else can do for you, then obviously pass it on and give it to somebody else to do. So just remember, to a large extent, we create our own reality. Our choices are what bring about our lives and the way in which we live our lives. So if you are feeling really overwhelmed at the moment, you probably will have to do something completely different in order to tackle that overwhelm, if that is what you want to do. If you don't do anything different, if you continue as you are, then the overwhelm will most likely continue. So you have a choice about how to go about changing that feeling of overwhelm, and there is quite a lot you can do to help yourself with that just by simply saying no or not committing immediately. So tip number 3. So a great thing that I use, a great tip that I use, and I learned it a long time ago, is when I have loads and loads of things to do, which is mostly, then what I do is every evening I write down 3 things that I want to achieve the following day. And I make those 3 things realistic and achievable so that I know that I can do them. I don't write down 10 things that I know I'll never get through. I write down the 3 most important things that I want to get through. And what this will do, once you develop it as a habit and you start to see yourself achieving those 3 things each day, is you'll feel a real sense of progress. And as you feel that sense of progress, you'll gain more confidence. So if you're the kind of person at the moment who's so overwhelmed that you feel like life is just passing you by, that you're not making any progress, then this is a really good strategy to get you on the road, get you started into making that progress. And what's so important is that confidence that comes from it. You'll feel so much better when you can tick those 3 things off the list at the end of every day, I promise you. So if you want to learn a little bit more about how Qigong can help you with that sense of overwhelm and to diminish it, then look at a previous video blog of mine which is called Qigong for Motivation, and I'll put the link to that in the notes below this video so you can head over and look at that next. Also, you can head over to my homepage, which is spacetorelax.com, and there you can sign up for a free 3-part video series, and you'll be sent those lessons to your email over the course of around a week. And just check your spam or your promotions folder for those once you sign up. And that will really help you to get into that routine of doing something to keep you in the present every day. Also, if you haven't signed up for the YouTube channel and subscribed to that, then please head over and do that now so you don't miss any future videos that I'll be making on how to deal with overwhelm and how to cope with that stressful situation of having loads of things to do. If you're on Facebook, you can also head over and join our free group, which is called Space to Relax Free Group. And there I post lots of health enhancing tips using Qigong in order to help you on pretty much a daily basis, and I'm in that group if you need to ask me any questions as well. So if you enjoyed this video, then please share it with others around you, anybody else that you know who's overwhelmed. And also give it a like and comment and let me know what you think and what you do in order to cope with those feelings of overwhelm. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.